Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ori and the Blind Forest! Last time, we cleared the Blackroot Burrows, after first getting a few optional things throughout Moon Grotto Swamp. Oh yeah, and doing this entire section of the swamp that we also unlocked last time. I would say that we 100%ed our first dungeon, but technically that's not true because we did Ginzo Tree first. This time, it's time to do a lot of backtracking. We're going to be doing this a few more times throughout the playthrough as we get a lot of the later abilities, because you are expected to return to early areas, go find new abilities, just in general as you progress through the game. But this first one is probably going to be the biggest backtracking thing. Like, the remaining ones are pretty short by comparison, so let's get it out of the way right now. Starting off, I want to go into Gumo's hideout and grab those two. I find it so interesting how on the map, like, the Blackroot Burrows is just underneath that one area of Gumo's hideout. They overlap really well. I actually have a poster. Hi, Naru. I have a poster on my wall that is a full map of this game, but it's actually a full map of the base version, so it doesn't include Blackroot Burrows. I kind of wish it did. I wonder if there's an updated version that does include Blackroot Burrows. Oh. I can use dash to get around faster. I really should be using dash to get around faster more often. Okay, now we're down here. Actually, it's kind of hard to get up there, but I think we can use your projectile to make the jump. Yeah, we can. So we can go up here for a life cell. I actually forgot that was there because we have not unlocked the ability to see life cells on the map. Then reaching that thing is actually a little bit harder, I think. Is it? No, okay. You can use a light burst on it, or you could just, you know, jump up the wall. Then this water, we can now swim in it for easy spirit-like container, and that should be it for Gumo's hideout. It's not entirely it for Moon Grotto, as I'm sure you can tell. Now I want to know, is it possible to get out of this area just by climbing up the walls, if you can actually make the jumps to them? I think it is, yeah. It definitely is. I probably didn't even need to do that for that one. Ooh, but this wall's a little curved. So maybe it isn't. It might not be. Maybe the right wall? Okay, we can get out this way. I've actually never done that before, so that's very cool to know. Alright, down here, this water is now clean. If you're having trouble getting the life cell up there before when the water is actually damaging, you can come back when the water is clean and get it much easier because now you no longer need to tank some damage to get to the other side. So that might be another good time to come back and get this life cell. Either way, there was a spirit-like container in the water, so we'll just grab that as we go back out. And now I think that should be... Yep, that's it for Moon Grotto. Do note that this includes the little pockets like that one right next to the spirit well and that one with the armored pods. You'll need to visit both of those. Next. Yes, Sunken Glades has a lot of things that we need to get. So let's climb back out into there. Oh my god. That was close. And I hadn't soul linked that whole time either. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so annoying that you can't make that jump. I love how whenever you kill one of the slime enemies above water, they just, like, spin endlessly in the water until they die. Until they despawn from just existing too long as a corpse, I guess. Hang on. I know a fun way to make this. There we go. I need to use dash way more often when traversing the world. It's just sometimes you move so fast the game isn't entirely prepared for it and also chugs a bit. Using Light Burst, we can make enough height to reach this. Oh, that was it. Oh, giant spirit lights give 400. Okay, so the large spirit lights must give 200. I don't know if spirit light efficiency, the very forgettable ability we unlocked last time on the ability tree, gives you more from spirit light containers, or if it's from regular spirit light dropped by enemies. I think it's just dropped by enemies. I forgot you two existed, I gotta be honest. Anyway. With the light burst, we can make our way up here and... Oh. We can also discover another property of the light burst. Hold on, after we kill you guys. Remember that throughout the whole game, we have been seeing those torches. The torches that we now know you need to use light burst on. Well, they unlock the doors to many of the collectibles we've seen, such as this ability cell. can get another bit. We're gonna be getting so many more ability cells as we go throughout this. I'm pretty sure. I'm predicting it now. Let's get Ultra Stomp. Increases radiance and damage of Stomp, which I haven't really used in a hot minute, so maybe I can use it this time. Okay, this water can now be swam in, but there is another Light Burst Torch right here. I believe because Light Burst was added in the Definitive Edition, a lot of these puzzles were different in the base version of the game. I know for a fact, like, there's one in an area we haven't seen yet. There's actually a couple in an area we haven't seen yet that both use Stomp instead, where you have to either stomp a post or do something else like it. Wow. I keep forgetting about this drawing of the two spirits holding hands in here. I guess this is a very romantic spot among the spirits. Or maybe they're friends, or brothers or something. I don't know. I shouldn't jump to conclusions like that. All the way back in episode 1, wow, I like this aura around the place where you get your first energy cell. All the way back in episode 1, there was actually a spirit-like container I didn't get because I thought it would be a bit of a pace breaker. Because I keep getting it every playthrough and it feels like it breaks the pace a bit. But underneath this log, you can actually go under, and there is indeed a spirit-like container down here. If we had gotten it way back when, we would have gotten an ability point, like, right away. And those are eyes in the tree back there. There are so many details about this game, I just never knew. Look at all those eyes right there. I guess they're supposed to be watching you as you pick up sign, and that's how, like, the three frogs that come in here find you. I never noticed that. God, this game is so cool. So many little details. These two didn't reset their swing. They just kept swinging because I don't think they, like, reset their physics when they were off screen. Let's save after getting those just so we don't have to go get them again. What else we got? Ah, yes, we can swim into the water over here where the first spirit gate was. And there is something we can get for doing that. We can go underneath this. There's actually fish down here, wow. Was it possible to see that right at the start of the game? Probably. Spirit-like container and a tunnel. Aha! I think we saw this energy cell, like, off at the edge of the screen one time. That actually enters the spirit caverns a little bit. Even though the actual entrance to the spirit caverns isn't for a little while after, but it's close enough to the map stone that's why that's there. Okay, now... Okay, let's start with this. We can see that there's an ability cell up here. Some may prefer not to buy the upgrades from the middle tree, the purple branch of the ability tree, if you'd like to keep what collectibles are where a surprise to yourself. Then that is probably something you should do. Let's rekindle. We can just drop down through those. I find it interesting the sign points to the Black Root Burrows over here. It gives you kind of a hint as to, you know, where the area is. Of course, this sign did not show where they were in the base version because it didn't exist in the base version. Now, back in the Spirit Caverns. I think, first of all, we actually want to go back down to the Ancestral Tree. The map doesn't make it very obvious, and you'll see why that is shortly. I like those rocks hanging on by the roots in the background. I cannot believe that didn't hit me. How? Yes, you can actually see it on the screen, but it is counted as a secret collectible, so it doesn't show up on the map. Oh. Okay, I'm not sure how this collectible decides when to show itself on the map or not. I don't know, it's a little bit weird, but either way, it's right there, and you can use Light Burst to reach it. What's next? Yeah, let's make life cells show up on the map. I want to get all the stuff filled out on the map. Then, secondly, oh yeah, there's the ability cell that was in that room, and then there's the energy door that we saw way back when but couldn't do anything about. In fact, I think all of that was uncovered by the map stone, if I'm not mistaken, and we didn't go through any of it. Because we couldn't. We didn't have enough energy to open the door, and we couldn't reach it in any other way. I think there is another way in there. Like, you can climb up in there from the big open area outside the spirit caves, but not sure. We'll see. With Bash, you can get it in a really fun way. Although I think all you really need is Light Burst or something. Actually, no. All you need is Bash. All you need is Bash. Light Burst is something you get after Bash, I think. And I don't know if it is, but you need Stomp to progress. So yes, it is something you get after Bash. Let's spend 4 on that, and then spend another 1 on saving. There's an energy cell down here, so we're going to have it all refilled and increased by a little bit. So there's a way up, a way down. The way down, if we look, has a laser. We can open the way and then move this rock down in. Excuse me, please go away, thanks. That frog may have been a bit stronger than the ones from the early game, because I swear it took longer to kill than they should at this point in the game. Okay, now we want to push this against the laser. I don't think it's any harder to push like this, it's just blocking the laser for us. And then make a simple jump up to the energy cell. I don't know exactly when you can come back and get this. It's after you get 4 energy, you can come back and try it. Although you need Stomp to open. No, actually you don't, because there's a frog up there. So you can probably get this much earlier in the game, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of ways you can get these collectibles at various points in progression, but I just find it most efficient to save them until you get a lot of abilities and then do them all at once. Because, like, you're traveling back through the world and not spending any extra time doing it. Okay, this Light Burst torch is a little bit weird. It's actually off screen, so you just have to throw it directly up once you know where it is. What does that open? I forget. Does it open something in the right area over there? I don't think so. I heard a creaky door open. Oh, the direction of the door it opened and the direction the sound of the door opening came from were not aligned at all. Oh, look at those like glowing spots on the trees in the background. It's like glowy lichen. I like it. I lichen a lot. Alright, use Bash on Light Burst to get up here, and then use Bash on you two to get this, and take damage in the process. We have 2 ability points, a freaking gen. Let's get another upgrade, because why not? We're gonna get all of them at this point. Actually, no, because the last 2 ability points, ability upgrades things on every tree requires, oh, except this, requires 3 ability points, so we can only do, let's do Rapid Flame. Allows the Spirit Flame to be fired more rapidly. Look at this. There's no longer any pause between the 3 flames we shoot out. We can just keep going. Oh my god, yeah. That, I think, is the ability that increases your DPS so much that it's like, it's much stronger now. Yeah, holy. Very good ability. Okay, I think that's it for up here. Yeah, Sunken Glades 100%. We're just 100%ing area after area. Now let's see. There are a lot of things we can get in Hollow Grove right now, and I'm considering going back for them. I think I might. There's also a couple things we can get in Thornfelt Swamp, but it's a little bit out of the way, and I think it would be better if we returned to it later. So let's go back to Hollow Grove. We're pretty close, so... Sorry, just needed you to listen to that little part of the Spirit Cave song. Hello again, Spirit Tree. It's actually been a while since we've been out here. I like this area a lot, because even though there's absolutely no gameplay in it whatsoever, it's just such a cool sight, seeing the Spirit Tree there in the background, and the music is really, really good. It's the point where you get your main objective in the main quest of the game, like... I don't know, it's such a memorable room, even if there's absolutely nothing to do in it. Alright, let's see what all you can do out here. Should be able to Light Burst over there if I can get a good position on the platform. It didn't let me Light Burst when I was standing at the edge, and Ori was doing like the, oh, I'm on the edge, oh no, I better not fall animation there. Okay, I think we can make our way up there. Unfortunately, though, we are blocked by yet another door. And if you remember, back in the spider coves, the little room with the big old spider web that we couldn't, that we had to drop down to make a bridge to progress. Holy crap, I'm doing that from now on when fighting those guys. There was an extra place that we couldn't do anything about. A little tunnel. There's also an energy door, so might as well open that. And ability cell, because of course. And there's also another ability cell right in there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're gonna get another ability upgrade. Holy crap. They're handing them out like free samples. I don't know where I was going with that. Maybe I can think of a better joke while I light this torch and go to get the ability point. Is that bad out of context? That was a reference to Paper Mario, by the way. Paper Mario is such a good fucking game. I really wish I could play it, but unfortunately, the only system I have that can play it right now is a Switch, and that requires me to buy Nintendo Online. No thanks, I don't want that. Especially if it's gonna be taken away from me as soon as I stop paying. Like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to pay a subscription to play Paper Mario. I want to just have Paper Mario. Let's get Soul Link efficiency. Halves the cost of Soul Link. This is much further down the tree for a reason. Now, officially, with this ability unlocked and this much energy in our possession, we no longer have to worry about saving at all. We can save whenever we want to. There is nothing ever to worry about for the rest of the game. All right, that's honestly all the backtracking I wanted to do. We got it done a lot quicker than I thought we would, but like, yeah, let's see, Hollow Grove is still yet to be completed. We'll be doing that later. Thornfelt Swamp, we'll be doing that later. Moon Grotto's done. Blackroot Burrows is done. Sunken Glades is done. And, I mean, that's it. But like, yeah, that's pretty good for right now. So, let us return to this Spirit Well, the center of the Spirit Tree, and finally go the direction that we're supposed to go. To the left, to the left. I know that's a song, I don't know exactly what the song is called. Before we do that though, there's actually a secret collectible right up here. You can find this later with a later ability on the ability tree, but yeah. Just thought I'd get it right now because it's easily missable. Now let us wait. I wanted to experiment with something. The thing we broke open with Lightburst in Blackroot Burrows looked kind of like this. Yes, you can't. Wow. I did not know that. I was not expecting that to work. Oh, you can blast those open with Lightburst. That's surprising. I've never done that because, like, there's not much reason to. It costs the same amount of energy unless you don't buy anything from the ability tree, and then it doesn't. And then the Lightburst is actually cheaper. We're about to get 2 ability points again. What the hell? Anyway, new area, Valley of the Wind. This area is a little bit more of the same kind of like Hollow Grove-ish area. My god. Okay, fine. Alright, look. We can see energy cells on the map now. Boom. God, we're getting them so fast. In that it's like, it's same areas kind of like Hollow Grove, Sunken Glades, in that it's kind of open, it connects to the rest of the world, but it's obviously meant for much later in the game, so we immediately have some harder enemies, these birds that dive at you. We did see one in Blackroot Burrows and one in Hollow Grove just now, so they're not completely special, but still. Let's see, there's this stompable post here. What does this one do? Okay, it opens that. So yeah, if you did use Charge Flame on this door and come over here early, you were granted access to this room, but you were stopped right here because in order to progress, you actually need Stomp. And down here, yeah, there's another door. So yeah, you were real quick run into a dead end. So I got more of you. I think I'll just bash past you, or I'll tank the hit and then get a life shard from the next. Yeah, okay. I'm great at avoiding damage from those guys. Not that it matters anymore because we have a lot of health. I definitely recommend getting a lot of health for later areas, as damage from enemies and damage from spikes does scale up as the game goes. I'm sure you could guess. All right, make this jump for a spirit-like container, and then notice that light burst torch over there. Let's light it up. This I know for sure. That gate that just opened was unstable ground in the base version of the game that you would have to stomp. And with Light Burst, they decided to convert it into a Light Burst puzzle. It's nice. It makes it feel... It doesn't make the Light Burst feel like extra content anymore, because you have to use it throughout the rest of the game now. So, like, it makes the Blackroot Burrows feel less like DLC content and more like actual addition to the base game. Although it is notably the only optional area in the whole game. Like, every other area in the game is required, and that one is not. So, in order to beat the game, of course, like, every area is required to 100%, obviously. Apparently, this is unstable ground. We are, like, directly next to spikes, so I guess that's reasonable, but, there we go. Okay, now we got a little timing challenge here. Actually, can't we just... Dude... Can't we just do... Okay, then. That's another way you could do this part. I did not... So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pull the lever back, and it'll open this door in the water, and then you're supposed to swim underneath it with the correct time to get that energy cell. But you could just light burst around it. The funny thing is, it's not like you don't have light burst coming down here, because you need light burst to unlock this. So you could just light burst around it. Yeah, you're supposed to do that. It's a little bit of a tight challenge, and it's pretty fun to do, but you could just light burst around it. It's so funny. Alright, well, that's a bit of odd design there. They didn't really think too hard about that, did they, when making the definitive edition? Honestly, one of the main things I wanted to show with Light Burst is that you can use it to get that many collectibles, because otherwise, without Light Burst, in order to get many of the collectibles we got in this video, you'd have to wait until a much later ability, which did a similar thing to Light Burst and, like, getting you height. There are still some collectibles that need that ability, but those have, like, more very notable, like, blockades around them, so. And we haven't yet to see one of those. Let me just do that, which I should be doing more of, to be honest. Alright. Now let's go this way! We're done with optional stuff. That's not even hard to get in the slightest. Come on, guys. Oh, look, the Spirit Light container down here. Well, it's like I said with the missile expansions in AM2R, though. They're good to get because, like, you get a bunch more abilities from getting them. So, of course, they're going to give you some free ones, some easy ones. So, this platform here is kind of weird. I think the very edge of it is safe to stand on, but then, like, this part looks like it has no spikes, but it is dangerous to stand on. It's not that misleading of a visual, but I still found it kind of weird in my first playthrough. It's not a big deal, though, and I actually, it wasn't until my last playthrough that I found out you could stand on the edge there. So here we have a simple bash puzzle. I'm not complaining, I love bash. Give me more things to bash. I will bash you to death. This music.
I know of this place, the feel of the air. The path to the west leads to the Misty Woods trail. Kuro looms up ahead, won't allow us to pass. Let us not travel further lest we unleash her wrath.
Game is saved, and if we try to move out here... Yep! That's not happening. So I guess we'll have to go around a different way. Yeah, Kuro kills us in one hit. Crazy. Yeah. They do a really good job at making her very, very intimidating. Around this way we go instead. Okay, so I like to bash this bird into one of the spikes on the side. Yeah, there we go. Kills him much faster. Okay, this is one of those collectibles that takes the aforementioned ability in order to get. We cannot use Light Burst or anything on it. Actually, well, hang on. No, okay. Interesting, Light Burst will break open the Charge Flame things, but this is much more durable, I guess, since we can't even Charge Flame it. Yeah, no. It's much more durable, so we'll need something a bit stronger to break through it. Or just a bit different to break through. I don't know if it's necessarily stronger. I think this way is where we want to go first. Okay, this is an upgraded spider that shoots 3 projectiles. It's got a shotgun instead of a pistol. Quite the upgrade. Okay, using that, we can get another ability cell. Getting so many of them. Look at all the spider webs in the background. This game looks so freaking good. This game looks so good. Okay, this Spirit Light container is tricky to get. This area is free of spikes, so aim your bash there, and then it'll be easier to get that without taking damage. Unless you do that on the way back out. Okay, is this too close to the enemies? No, it's not. So I'll take this energy, and then I'll use your projectiles to give me a boost up here. You don't want to kill any of these spiders, though they're much harder to kill. Actually, we can kill this one. Okay, they're actually not that much harder to kill. This is thanks to our rapid spirit flame. Okay, what do we have out here? We're higher up this time.
As long as Kuro is out there, the path to the Misty Woods will be blocked. But look up there. We may be able to distract her if we loosen that rock.
The game didn't autosave for this part, interestingly. It might autosave if you come here first, though. So here's a little bash platforming section. We gotta make our way up. If we fall anywhere below that wooden platform down there, Kuro kills us, so be careful. Wanna bash off of these birds, and then while up here, we can check this place out a little bit. Looks a lot like the World 6, I think it was, of Donkey Kong Country Returns, The Cliffs. I really liked that world. I loved that game in general. And then we stomp this to... Ow! Part of me feels kind of bad, but another part doesn't. She is the villain. She did kill her mom and us. And with that, her feather has dropped. And so we'll steal it and use it for ourselves. You've collected Kuro's feather. To use this item, press A and then press right trigger. Kuro's feather will allow Ori to glide freely or ride wind current. So yeah, it's a little glider for us. It's so awesome how like the feather is our glider. It just goes to show like how small we are in this world. I didn't really need to use this spirit well, but I thought I would come and make sure the game knows that I know that it exists. Using Kuro's feather, we can glide across this broken bridge and just barely miss. And now we have another ability point. I don't think we can buy anything with just 2 though, so instead let's enter the Misty Woods. Okay, greeting us right at the front door is Green Frogman, significantly stronger than Red Frogman. His projectiles move faster and farther, and he has a lot more health. I recommend redirecting his projectiles back into him. And what can we buy? Nothing. We can get a triple jump if we get a 3rd ability point, though. I think I might start with Charge Flame Blast, though, because, like, I don't know, I want to save the triple jump for later. It feels like more of a late game ability to me, and we're still technically in the mid game, so. Pick that up. And hello.
A shrouded lantern. This mysterious haze bellows out of its stem. If we find a way to light it, the path might clear up once again.
We check our map. We can see that we have no map. The Misty Woods is shrouded in a haze that makes it hard to tell where you're going. It's hard to navigate. Even though the Black Group Burrows was also shrouded in a haze that made it hard to see where you were going, hard to navigate. Actually, if you look at the completion, we're 22% through this area. That's because this area is very unique, and we will see why that is very shortly. I like these projectiles flying by because you could just bash your way out of them, you know? But right as they're about to hit you, it makes you feel awesome for doing that. Now, let's see. We can climb up this for an easy spirit-like container. Doesn't take anything more than the basic abilities. And through this tunnel, just bash, and you get through them. It's so much fun to do. I don't know if I've mentioned, but you also cannot bash the projectiles of one of those slimes that creates the danger blobs on the floor, so no doing that. I don't know what I was planning on saying there. Bounce pad here, platform here, you there. Actually, okay, we're supposed to be using Kuro's feather throughout this area, that's right. So now that we have Kuro's feather, we can use bash combined with it to gain a lot more height and to keep our height for much longer. Though we do need to be careful not to glide down too far. We can use bash to help us get across this. Yeah, there we go. Since we've just gotten Kuro's Feather, this area is very much designed around us using it, so let's use it. Look at the spooky trees in the background. I do like this area, and even though it is, actually, it's more accurate to say that Blackroot Burrows is kind of a repeat concept, because, like, if we have a dark forest area where it's hard to navigate, and look, another dark forest area where it's hard to navigate, except the Blackroot Burrows aren't really a forest. Whatever. Hello. Alright then, I guess we're here now. Let me just kill you. I don't know if that was the best idea. Oh, it was fine. We can just glide through this. And enter, this way, which, like, we should be heading back to the start of the map by now, but apparently, nope. We're somewhere else. Got another keystone here. I don't know what these keystones are for. I haven't seen any gates. We can light burst our way up there and find an ability cell. We're gonna have every single ability by the end of this video, I guarantee you. Not sure what that was. Is it thundering? Thundering in the middle of the woods? Okay, take this guy out. I think I should try to attack the next one with a spirit, just regular spirit flame. Yeah, look at how tanky this guy is compared to the red ones. They're significantly stronger.
Atsu's torch. It was lost in this place. If you carry it to the shrouded lantern, it might show us the way.
I see the spirit gate down there, so that's what we're collecting the keystones for, I guess. Well, if only I knew a way down there. If only I could, you know, stomp through this, or, like, blow it up or something, or maybe throw a ball at it and see what happens. I like Light Burst. It's such a weird ability, and you wouldn't expect it just from seeing it, that it would be as useful as it is, but no, it's really good. So every time there's a lightning bolt striking in the forest, it changes its layout. That is why this place has no map, because the layout changes as you progress through it. Now to the left, instead of a flat area with a keystone, there's this. I can't believe I avoided that. Let me save right here. I would like to save often, since we've just unlocked the ability to save without caring. Oh, hang on, wait a minute, hang on, hold on a second, hang on. Yeah, lose a bunch of height like that, and you could easily die, so I want to get around you, go up here, yes, there we go. A little tricky to do. And now, down we go. There's a bunch of these guys throughout this place, although I don't really think we need them that much. There's a secret path here. It was a hell of a lot more obvious of a secret. That gave me 234? Maybe that was the 34 I got from the slime I killed. It's possible. It's a hell of a lot more obvious than the secret collectible back in the spirit tree room. Right before the, right above the entrance to the Valley of the Wind. Alright. I don't know why I made those noises fighting those guys. Those guys are really not hard. These two guys. The Kuro's Feather makes them a complete joke. Because their projectiles can't hit you, you could just float in the air and do that and be just fine. And just keep bashing off of this for more height, so. Yeah, no need to worry about them. We'll need to approach that from the other side then. And those are some interesting mushrooms there. Man, they're growing so fast you can actually see it. Oh, hello. I just find it so interesting that, like, plants and life in general, like animals, they grow. They're constantly growing, but you don't ever see it. Because it's, like, just slow enough. You can't see it. You can see a difference after, you know, like, a week, maybe. But never before that. You can't, like, actually see them getting bigger in real time. Unless you, like, I don't know, put a camera up in one room, kept them in one room for a week, and then just visualized it the whole time. But that would be kind of... If it was an animal, that would probably be inhumane. And if it were a plant, though, plant would be a bit different. Even then, you want to have a video running for a week? Camera running a video for a week? I don't know about that. I don't know how that would turn out. It'll probably be fine. I think I've heard of people filming things for a long time. Just gently float down because you never know what's below you because the camera doesn't show you for some reason. And this is a wide open space. I wonder if we're gonna get an ability.
Tatsu used to climb the mountains high atop Sorrow Pass. When her brother's torch faded, she fell to the mists, where she lost her path.
Well then, what can you give us? You've learned Climb. Used this ability, press and hold right trigger when you're against a wall to travel along its surface. I mean, it's fun, but don't we already have this? Yeah, this is the kind of redundant ability, and it's extremely situational because the only thing it's useful for is these platforms right here. What platforms? Let me reveal them. So every time you jump, those mushrooms platforms will appear and then they will disappear. If you try to wall jump along them, they will disappear from underneath you. So you have to climb on them instead so that you aren't jumping. That's the only thing Climb does aside from allow you to actually stay still on the wall. It's kind of an upgrade to wall jump, I guess, because you can control your climbs much more easily. But it has about the same limits as wall jump. And, I mean, it is a lot faster, so it is an upgrade. But still, it's just kind of a lame ability compared to the others. But since we did get Kuro's Feather, the ability to glide right before this, I think I could give this one a pass. It's a decent ability. That's the thing, I don't think there's a single ability in this game that's bad. I think they're all really good. Like, wall jump's extremely useful. You are not useful to us yet, so I will kill you right now. And then we got more mushroom platforms here. So let me jump across those. Okay, those ones will appear next. The ones to the right here. We climb across those, jump off of them, and now, boom. Out of curiosity, I'm actually going to check the map. Yeah, I've 100%ed this area. Yeah, again, the exact reason for why the completion here is so easy, I'll get to later. For now, we gotta climb up the rest of these. Can't jump off of them. Actually, you might be able to... Wait. I want to try something. First, I need to let this frog guy come down. I want to see if you actually can jump off of the... No, you can't. The next platforms are too high for you to reach by jumping off of them first thing. So, you need to use Climb. That's fine. And then, for some reason, they introduced that whole concept of jumping changes the platforms. And then these ones don't change. Instead, you just jump on them in order. There's very little that Climb is useful for. In fact, I didn't climb for that one, and I didn't climb for that one either. And it still gives it to me, so, like, I don't know. These mushroom platforms are weird. I kind of like it, but still. Eventually, they allow you to access this third keystone. I said allow you to access again. I need to stop that. Allow you to obtain. Now, back down the way we came. Oh, God. There's you. Take that. Yeah! Kill you to death. Now, we have this. So, you can change the platforms like this, and this will block lasers, which will prevent us from being instant killed if we do it right. So I think what we want to do is do this one, and then jump past that one. And then for this next one, this one's a bit of a puzzle. They're both active at the same time, and jumping disables both of them. So if we were to jump to that platform and then progress, we would be locked in between both of them and we would die. So what we want to do is instead jump over and use Kuro's Feather to glide to this platform, and then we're safe. Pretty cool. Pretty cool puzzle. I like it a lot. And once again, they're just completely removing these platforms' main thing about them. I'm not climbing right here, I'm just wall jumping and I'm still able to do it. Yeah, Climb is an extremely situational ability in terms of like actual gameplay use, but of course it's much more fun and easier to do than wall jumping, so... Alright, it's not really easier to do, because by now you've probably mastered wall jumping, but it's faster. That's a surprisingly difficult life shard to get. It's a life shard in the middle of a huge damage zone, so you're probably just, like, taking damage, and then you'll just have a net loss of health by the end. Kind of weird. I like those glowy orange mushrooms in the background. I like everything about this place. I didn't realize those are spikes because they were kind of, you know, shrouded in the shadows. I love this game's visuals, but there are some places where the visual design for gameplay could be better. I'll be honest about that. Oh my god. Oh my, hang on. I'm fine. Nothing to worry about here. I'm not at 2 health or anything. Let me fix that. Now I'm at 4 health. Clearly, that's a high amount. And back in Spirit Caverns, it would be. So, further down we glide. And now we're here, so I could just Soul Link again and get 2 more health. Thanks. Okay, this room. I think we can, if we try to bash off of you, we can see there's nothing much up here. So let's not do that. Instead, let's try this. So there's a little glowy ledge right here because there's a secret compartment here. This pickup here was actually an energy cell in the base version of the game. And I guess they moved the energy cell somewhere else. I don't know exactly where, because I don't think there were any energy cells in Blackroot Burrows, if I'm not mistaken. Down at the bottom of this room, by the way, is spikes. Yeah, there we go. The camera showed. So now we want to stay up here, keep going this way, and boom. If you get too close to the bottom of this room, it's basically an automatic death. So you're starting to see why I might not want to touch the 1 life mode of this game with a 10-foot pole, because, like, the 1 life mode, I'm pretty sure, is also based off of the game's hard mode. I just don't think this game is really designed for that, you know? It's designed for you to die repeatedly and to, like, you know, get through areas with a bit of trial and error. Because you can save pretty much wherever you want, so you can, like, make your own checkpoints as you go throughout the game, sort of like, I don't think I can do this in 1 try. Let me save right here, and then, like, you die a few times trying to get through it. That's pretty much the average experience of this game, playing it for the first time. And, it is possible to go long stretches without dying, like I have, but it's also possible for the game to completely instant kill you out of nowhere from something you couldn't really predict. So, or for the game to stun lock you to death from something just for you making 1 little mistake. So, I really don't think a 1 life mode fits this game. And if it's also based off of hard mode, that makes me less interested to play it, because as I said, hard mode was really annoying. Although it did make 1 interesting change that I may as well talk about right now. Hard mode, on top of enemies dealing more damage, I think they also take less damage, or they might have more health. It's the usual hard mode things. Wait, hang on. I can move the torch without the actual flame moving. Cool. Anyway, on top of that, it actually increased the prices of the abilities in the ability tree. And although it does mean you cannot unlock every ability in the ability tree by exploring. I collected every ability cell, every spirit light container, I 100%ed the game, and I could not get every ability by the end. I was missing a lot. Because they increase it really early. Like, really early on, they make you pay 2 ability points, and they make you pay 3 ability points sooner than that, so I at first dismissed this because I was like, this means you have to grind for the rest of them, and that's really boring. Why would you do that? But actually, it does make for an interesting bit of gameplay, because it means you don't have access to all of this, and you need to pick which ones you want. So you need to pick which tree you want to get. So, like, if you want a triple jump, you need to focus on this tree, and that means you can't really progress too far down this tree, and you can't get all the attack upgrades, and you can't see where everything is on the map, so you can't 100% it just based on that alone. I was, like, leveling up every tree equally, as I often do in normal, and that is not what you should do in hard mode. You should pick which tree you want to focus on, like, which abilities at the end of the trees you want to do, and then do them. Focus on that one, and maybe get a couple of upgrades in the other trees. And that is an interesting change. It does make you, like, choose which abilities you want going into the end. You can't have every good ability going into the end of the game. Unless you want to grind for them, which, don't. I mean, you can do it. It'll take forever. Just don't. This game doesn't have any grinding in it on the normal difficulty. Why would you want to add grinding to this game? I think one of my least favorite parts of playing Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, which is the only Castlevania game I've played as of yet. I'm kind of vaguely interested in Bloodstained a little bit, but I'm also put off by the fact that, like, in Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, I felt like I had to grind a lot to beat the game, because you need 3 specific abilities from 3 specific enemies, and those specific abilities are a really rare drop chance, so toward the end of the game, I would have to go off and, like, find this enemy and kill them over and over and over and over again until they dropped it. And that was really annoying. And that was something I kind of had to do for main progression. Okay, interestingly, there was a door up here, I think, and now there isn't one. Oh no, there's a door below. Now hang on. What's this door about? Okay, there's a little passageway back up. Oh, that's kind of cool. What's that door about? I don't think I've ever really seen this door. Can I see what's in the room to the right, maybe? No, okay. Is there a torch somewhere that I haven't seen? Or maybe I'm about to unlock it right here and I'm just not remembering. Alrighty. Kill you, and kill you. But yeah, making players grind as a main part of progression is just kind of sucks. Like, why? Why would you make players get 3 very specific abilities? Like, if you're gonna make players find specific abilities to beat the game, put those abilities somewhere, like, permanently. I do not understand why you would make them grinded for. Okay, in the meantime, we have a return of this thing, except he has a friend now. It's a bit of a duo fight, but we just killed one of them, so it's not much of a duo fight anymore. Yeah, you just, you know, avoid both of them. They will both try to escape at once, and you just avoid both of the cracks as they do so, and then you kill them. Yeah, that was... that was not very hard. Got 2 ability points. Let's save, and we have a Spirit Gate to use all the 4 keystones we've gotten through the whole area on. Open this up, and it's Atsu's torch. We have found it, except past it... Hang on, what's past it? Doesn't seem like much. Is that a light burst torch right there? No. Then where would the light burst torch be for that door, if there is one? What does that door open? That door's not required for 100%, I know that much, but, like, what does it open? I'm really curious now. Or what opens it and what's behind it. I don't know. Anyway, we've just lost access to the door because the woods have changed back to what they were like at the start, actually. Because now we have to carry the torch through this, and now this part's a bit harder because we no longer have all of our abilities able to be used. Since while holding an object, I don't think we can double jump, we can't bash, and we move much slower. Okay, we want to be careful with this slime here. Oh, unlike me, I wasn't very careful with that slime there. I think we can save throughout it, yes we can. Jump over you, kill you. Ow, wait, I was not very careful with the slime right there. Thing almost hit me. Okay, watch where the projectiles are going. That is something I should be doing more. Watch where the projectiles are headed. I almost walked right into that again. Well, we made it.
We lit the shrouded lantern. It lifted the haze. Ori, the key to the Forlorn Ruins, the Gumo seal, has been revealed.
You found the Gumo seal. Using this key, you can gain entrance to the Forlorn Ruins. Looks like it'll have to wait until next time, though.
The element of winds is deep within the Forlorn Ruins, south of this place. It's not too far from here. I can show you the way.
That's not too far below. Wow, look at that big open room that we've just discovered. But still, we've been at this for 50 minutes, and that's my cue to say that we're done. Now that we have lived in the Misty Woods, we now have a map, and this place fully revealed is puny. Only the collectibles found within this space are required for 100%, and it is possible to get them while going through the forest's dark version. So that is why that only those collectibles counted for 100% when we didn't really have to get all of the others. Like the one Spirit Lycotator we found that used to be an energy cell early on, that's optional too. You don't need to get that at all. Which also meant you probably didn't need to get the energy cell either in earlier versions. So you could have missed out on having a point of energy. It was probably good for them to move it out. Weirdly enough though, it is possible to turn this back off. And now we don't have a map again. This might allow you to go through the whole thing again. I haven't tested, but I don't know. We're just gonna leave it lit. And as we end out, I'm going to let you listen to this new music from the Misty Woods, because I feel like you probably usually leave this area soon after, so you probably don't hear it very often. Next time on Ori and the Blind Forest, we make our way to the Forlorn Ruins. Thank you all for watching, if you did, and as always, I will see you all in the future.